bum. Bing bum bum bum. It's like hazy. I don't know how I feel about that, but should I leave it? I think it's because it's the sun. The sun's in it. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Medley number 279. Is it really Thursday? That's unset. That's a little upsetting. Liam is giving me a formal apology. I'm going to miss your Friday and Monday streams. My question I was going to ask tomorrow was, do you have any specific way you pan your tracks? Well, I guess you don't need. I guess you don't need to be in the stream. Like I could show you how to do it, and I can tell you how to do it. Today's smoothie's much darker, by the way. I think I overcorrected on the whole like not enough blueberries thing, and now I've got. Anyways, this isn't answering your question. Good morning, Jesse. Question is there any particular way I pan my tracks? Any specific way? Delightful. So I feel like there are a few different ways that I can interpret that question. Specific ways, as in like maybe there's a certain instrument I always pan the same way. Not necessarily. So I'm just gonna walk you through how I typically approach panning and spatial mixing, right? And just know that when I'm giving you this explanation, Liam, there's obviously variations depending on which song that I'm working on. So I do a lot of layering. And when I'm talking about layering, I'm not even just talking about like chords, bass, drums, stuff like that, because technically all music is made out of layers. Yeah, right? It's really dark today, Gumbe. All songs are made out of layers, but instead what I want to draw attention to is specific layered sections. So in my music, a lot of times when it comes to like an orchestral break, right? When I'm trying to make things very pretty and flourishy and stuff like that, and orchestral, a lot of what I do is work with woodwind layers. Now, woodwind layers, for me, I'm not necessarily talking about an actual woodwind section, like in an orchestra, more so in my songs. My woodwind sections are built out of clarinet, oboe, bassoon, flute, piccolo, and English horn. So those are my woodwind layers, right? And typically, Liam, when I'm playing these different instruments, what I'll usually do is have them hit the same notes. They won't really be hitting harmonies of each other. They'll just be hitting the same notes, granted on different octaves sometimes, but they'll still be hitting the same notes. And so when I do that, I don't necessarily want them all to be straight and center, because I think about when you go to see an actual orchestra play, and when you go to see an orchestra play, not every orchestral person is occupying the same physical space in a concert hall. That would be impossible. It would be actually pretty cool, though. I mean, granted, we already can do digitally what that would sound like. I'm saying if everybody in an orchestra was sitting in the same chair, and the same height, and they were somehow playing all at the same time in that physical space. That can't be done. So what I'll usually do, Liam, is when I'm having woodwinds, I will pan them slightly to the right, slightly to the left. Maybe I'll add a little bit of a bigger room reverb to one to make it sound like it's a little bit further back than the other ones. You can do all kinds of fun little tricks like that, but you're talking specifically about panning. And I'll say when I'm doing my woodwind sections, Liam, there isn't a specific way that I pan each individual instrument, right? Like piccolo is always panned 25% to the right, and English horn is always panned 30% to the left. It's not necessarily like that. It's kind of to feel, right? Usually I'll just kind of go boink boink to like each individual one, and then I'll listen to it, and then I'll go back in and fine tune things. But typically I'm always going like a little under 50% to the right, a little under 50% to the left. That could be anywhere between 20% and 50%. And then sometimes it can be as low as like 3%. But I'm not doing hard pans anymore. When I first learned that panning was a thing, what I would always do is pan everything 100% to the left and everything 100% to the right when I wanted to get like a stereo separation, like a big feel. And I no longer do that. I'm working more in like subtleties now than I used to. I hope that answers your question. But I do want to say that doesn't necessarily limit itself to woodwind arrangements. When I'm recording my own vocals, for example, the song that we were working on called Picture This last Friday, my vocal takes are panned. You know, I have a vocal take that's just singing, that's in the center, and then I have a vocal take where I sing an octave higher, that's in the center, just above this one, and then I have a normal octave one to the left and a normal octave one to the right, and then I sing one really low, and that's turned down a lot just to add some like bass and body to the vocal. But typically now, yeah, I'm whenever I have any type of layers, whether it's piano and then I'm going over the top of piano with Rhodes, and then I'm going over to the top of the Rhodes with strings, I'm usually going to pan them differently so that they're not at contest with each other. You know, they're not fighting for space. I want them to be able to play together and not fight each other, if that makes sense. I hope that answers the question though, Liam. Okay, this says if people get a comment or see something that is just wild or outlandish, why is it that it's more common for them to ignore it instead of being like, yo, what are you talking about, fam? Okay, so Diz, I don't know if you're talking about in the context of a stream. I'm going to go ahead and personalize this. I don't know if this was what you intended, but like, for example, if I was having a stream and somebody came into the stream and said something really wild or outlandish, you're asking, why is it more common for them to ignore it instead of being like, yo, what are you talking about, fam? For my personal reasons, the reason that I ignore comments like that is because it can eat... This is not a simple question to answer, by the way, Diz. Okay, so think about the space, Diz. Jesse's absolutely right. Jesse's absolutely right. I'm taking the long way home, though. Think about the space, Diz. It's a public space. People are generally less couth, I guess, on the internet, less discretion. And so people are going to say things randomly to you, Diz, that are going to be like weird or outlandish or whack. Sometimes people just do this for a reaction. That is the way the transaction is. They say something weird, you give them the reaction that they desired, now they're having a good time. This can be fun sometimes, but when you're in a public space, sometimes it's better to ignore that thing, because by saying, yo, what are you talking about, or that's weird, what a weird thing to say, sometimes you're playing a game, and if you don't want to play it, then you shouldn't react to that thing. Usually it's just that person like looking for attention, or like wanting to kind of take control of the space. And you can give them that control, absolutely. Sometimes it's fun to give people control of the space. There's been times in the stream where somebody said something weird, and I've just like given them the wheel and let them like take it where they want. But usually, like a general rule of thumb, is I will ignore outlandish things, because a lot of those people just kind of want a reaction, you know. There's been times where I've been in like a McDonald's or something like that. Well, that's not a good example because I don't really go to McDonald's. There's been times where I've just been in like a fast food place or a 7-Eleven, and there's clearly like kids there that are doing something weird to make people react a certain way. And you know that way, like you know that way of like being an adult where sometimes you ignore the person that you see as acting out. Maybe it's like a kid in class and you're actually trying to pay attention and somebody's doing something really stupid and some kids are laughing at them, but you're like, I don't really want to give this person the energy. I don't want to give them my energy right now. Like I'm exhausted already. I think that being in any type of public space, whether you're in a 7-Eleven, you're in a live stream, you're at an actual concert. Think about it this way, Diz. If you're on stage and you're playing music, and somebody in the crowd says something wild to you, are you gonna stop in the middle of your song and then go like, "What did you just say to me? What did you just say about my shirt?" Like you probably shouldn't do that. You can. If you're a stand-up comedian, there's a lot of ways that you can work that in your advantage. Cyber says, rings, check. Sneakers, check. Speech, whoa, is this a Sonic reference? Sega legendary video game icon Sonic the Hedgehog races into Netflix in the new 3D animated series from Netflix premiering in 2022. 2022? Is it going to be in the same universe as the movies? I've never actually heard the angle that you should respond to every instance of nonsense. You'll be drained AF all the time. Yeah. I'm almost the exact opposite of that, where sometimes I don't even respond to like things that are fine. I don't respond to text a lot of the time or like messages from friends, and it's not anything mean towards them. I feel like I have such limited energy. I don't know. I've been drained. This is, I mean, I didn't want you to feel like you were on the spot if I made it specifically about the stream. No, that's fine. You don't make me feel that way. Sometimes it's okay to be on the spot if it's a good question. That's a very good question. Honestly, Diz, I wasn't always like that. There was a time, Diz, where I used to get on a stream or go to a show or go to a public space where somebody would say something wild and I would address it. And then I think over time I just got tired. And I realized what was going on. I learned. Good morning, wizard. Damn, this song that I'm playing, that for some reason that passage makes me think of Mr. Rogers, and I don't know exactly why, but I like it a lot. Something about there's certain sounds. Good morning, Lindsay. There's certain sounds that are like that has that sound. So does this one. There's like a lot of specific passages on the piano, which I don't know I'm sure if I knew more about music, I would be able to say, well, that's why it sounds like that. It's all part of the yada yada harmonic family or something. But they all sound very Mr. Rogers-y, very cozy and, what's that word? The word that everybody calls each other on Twitter? Wholesome. Yeah, wholesome. Wholesome chords. I need more wholesome chords. Diz says, for example, there's this one person I know that I've asked her a question. Sometimes she will just laugh or act like she didn't hear me. Who is this? I like this person already. That sounds like me. Yeah, that's how I respond to people. So does I laugh or actually she didn't hear me. And it can be a little frustrating because then I feel awkward asking it again. Okay, so Diz, I would say a general rule of thumb is that if you ask somebody something and they see what you said and then they intentionally do not answer the thing, don't ask them again. Unless this is don't ask them again. Unless this is like you're like close buddy. They probably do not want to answer the thing. However, in my case specifically, I will occasionally forget people ask questions because I get distracted. So for me, sometimes you can ask it again. I think that people like you, Diz, in relation to this stream, you've been in the stream long enough to where you kind of know the questions that I intentionally avoid, and so it's not a big list. There's like 4 of them. But yeah, generally, like I think that if I were in your shoes, Diz, and I asked some girl a question, and she like laughed or just ignored it, I'd be like, well, I'm never asking that again. It seems I wandered into the danger zone, some uncharted territory. Dar says the resistance in Handmaid's Tale is called the Underground Female Road. Sorry. I was gonna say Femalroid. I don't know what Femalroid is. It's the Underground Female Road. I have not known peace. The Underground Female Road. Yikes. Alright, well, I'm not going to touch that. But, Dar knows why I won't. Hopefully a lot of people know why I won't. Discover the mystery. Uh-oh. You almost had me. You almost had me. But if I have a TV show, it's going to look just like this. It's going to be more production. This is going to be a set. It's not going to be an actual sun here. It's just going to be some really nice, expensive lights shining in through a glass pane. And every now and then I'll open the window and some type of puppet will stick its head in and say, Omni, the world's ending. This says it's like, I can get that. I get that. But it would be nice to have some kind of feedback to know if I did something out of pocket. Here's the thing, Diz. By the way, I love this line of questioning, Diz, because especially since you've given me an analog of this other mystery woman, it's not all on me. But Diz, the reason that this person isn't stopping in the middle of whatever they're doing, I don't know what this person is doing that you're asking this question. Maybe she's playing video games, maybe she's streaming, maybe she's belly dancing or something. Anyways, if you ask a thing, it would be nice and informative to you, Diz, if she stopped and said, yo, I actually don't like when people ask this question. Or like, I don't feel comfortable answering that question. But you have to think about it from this mystery person's perspective. That can like, I'm not going to say that can ruin a stream, but it can kill energy really, really quick. If everybody's having a good time and they're fun and laughing, and then somebody says something maybe a little inappropriate, it's a lot easier to just kind of laugh and be like, I don't want to answer that, and then go on. Instead of saying, hey guys, I actually don't like when people ask that question. It's very personal and I don't feel comfortable sharing it. Because if somebody has to say that like maybe every couple of streams or every couple of videos they do, it doesn't create a fun space. It creates an informative space, and you're absolutely right. But it's not, you know, I can see the frustration on both sides. You want some type of feedback, and I'm assuming she just doesn't want to have to deal with that on a live stream. Wizard says, I wish people would be more forward. Like, at least clarify that there's a question you don't want to answer instead of just ignoring it. People are kind of rude, says Wizard. I understand this this take. Yeah, it can definitely be seen as rude. You're absolutely right, Wizard. But I hope I did a pretty good job of explaining why that is. It's definitely not intended to be rude. I mean, maybe somebody's intending to be rude, in which case I'm not necessarily talking about those people. But for the other people, it's just a fatigue thing. I don't really know the best analog I can give to you, Wizard, because I don't know you personally, but there are a lot of things in my daily life that I get asked a lot. That if I have to stop at every single time I get asked and tell the person, hey, actually, I don't like getting asked this, or if there's something that somebody says to me that's like kind of rude, and I have to stop every single time, whether it's a stranger on the internet, or a stranger in Walmart, or whoever, and I have to say, hey man, actually, I don't appreciate this. I'll be exhausted. It's extremely draining, Wizard. So you have to just think about it from the other person's perspective sometimes. Like, everybody only has a limited amount of energy every day. And if they spend it on that, they're going to be kind of cranky for the rest. Liam says Omni's television show is set in the apocalypse, and we now know that is because offhand comments made by puppet friends. Some of my friends are puppets. If we use our minds and take a step at a time, we can do anything we want to do. Is that a Mr. Rogers quote, Cyber? Sounds like it. Either Mr. Rogers or that other dude, the other dude that I like, the painter. Thank you, dog. Cordy says, hello, Piano Man. Hello, Cordy. She's not like a streamer. I know her in my own life. Oh, if you know her, then you should have that personal conversation with her, Diz. I don't know how close you are to this person, but if you know them in your personal life, then there really is no issue then. Just talk to them. That sounds like an easy solution. Jesse says, not always fair, Wizard. Some people aren't obligated to deal with questions that they can't deal with at the moment. I agree with this, Jesse. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I am people in this answer. Mm. Mm. This is really good. I'm actually, I'm alright. I'm alright. Anyways, I hope that answers the question, Wizard. I hope that makes sense. Something that's important is that nobody ever, well, most people, I want to believe, don't mean any harm. Most people are just curious, and then other people are tired. Hmm. There was a Blue's Clues reference. Dang it. Oh, hi, Corey. Thank you, by the way, Corey. Good news, I got a normal version of FL Studio on my PC. No more restrictions on PS4. What? Are you what? Did I miss where you were using FL Studio on your PS4? How's that even possible? Dar says, hey Omni, what's the favorite thing that you know? What's the thing that's your favorite? I gotta know. You know, what I actually thought about doing, Dar, at one point? I thought about just making up a fake favorite thing as a joke. And then telling people that, just so that I had an answer to that question. But then I thought about it long enough, and I was like, you know? A lot of people aren't going to get that joke. And then they'll say, Omni, you told me this was your favorite anime. You lied to me, Omni. This isn't a joke. This is cruel. Just lies. And so I've since gotten rid of that idea. I use another thing on PS4. Oh, Word Out Wizard. Yes, this is true. This is true. What Cyber says is true. I like things, guys. I absolutely like things. I absolutely like things. However, I don't feel comfortable referring to any of these things as my favorite thing. I don't feel comfortable referring to them as my favorite thing. There's a sandwich place in in Hollywood called Fat Sal's. They have a variety of different sandwiches, lots of sandwiches. Every time I go, though, I get something called the Glorious Chicken Sandwich, or the Chicken Glory, or something like that. Glorious. Anyways, I know the word glory and the word chicken, I think, is somewhere in the sandwich. Anyways, I get this chicken sandwich, and it's not necessarily because it's my favorite sandwich. It was the first thing I ever had there, and the sandwiches are not very cheap there, and I'm so afraid of buying a sandwich and not liking it, so I just keep getting the same sandwich over and over. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The song's called Clover Salad. How did Booba's theme, asked Ube, become the best song Omni's ever made so far. Oh, so fast maybe? I take that compliment. Thank you, Vic. Maybe it's the plants. Maybe the plant can be to thank for that. Do you want to hear the booba thing? Is that your way of asking, Ube? What are you doing today, Corey? Trying to finish some missions and clean. I feel like I'm always cleaning my apartment. Oh my god. I feel like I'm always dusting, Corey. I feel like I have wood floors and it's just the sun comes in at this angle and I can just see it in it. There's no end to it. There's no way. I got everything. I've got a like an air diffuser, humidifier. I got the air purifier. I got all these things, and there's no use. For season 3, we should get a daily Omnifact, says everybody. Do I have 100 Omnifacts? There's not even a lot of cool trivia, Umbe, although that's a good idea. I make music. I hacked up my hairline for a whole year. It wasn't a whole year. Let me chill, actually. It wasn't an entire year. Let's close the summer. Call it a bad summer. I need to go to my optician. Thanks for reminding me, Dar. Yeah, there's no way to clean my windows. I live in one of those apartments in LA where they painted the windows. You know what I mean? Like they didn't properly like put down the tape when they were painting the window, and so there's just a lot of like paint on the window. Oh, that's not Is that a smoothie? Says Good Old Cup Soup. It is a smoothie. Strawberry, blueberry, banana, watermelon, kiwi, and apple, and non-fat vanilla frozen yogurt. When I get my own place, says Umbe, I'm going to make sure that dust is not a thing. I'm going to live in a microchip factory. Well, it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job, one at which I'm failing. But I dust off my instruments. Like, all the things that are important don't have dust on them, but, you know, the floor. It's wood floors. What are you going to do? Oh yeah, the laptop was creating the sun patch. Word. Guys, I thought it would be a good idea yesterday to make a chicken and waffle sandwich. First of all, it was a very good idea. It was delicious. I'm very good at making that thing. But thank you, Cyber. Thank you, Cyber. That matters to me, turns out. Turns out that's the thing that matters to me. Also, because I don't look at Booba very often, people have been like, yo, any new leaves on Booba? And I'm like, I actually didn't count the leaves when I first got it. I feel like there were 4. And now there's like 9? I don't know, but I didn't like see them come out. They just kind of were there. Anyways, thank you, Cyber. I do appreciate that. But I wasn't paying attention to Booba the other day, and the sun got to him, and he was looking a little worse for wear. So there's a pic when he first got them, so you can check. I feel like in the pic when I first got them, all the leaves aren't visible. Like some of them are. It's like in a jumble down at the bottom. But I'll go back and check because I have been taking weekly pictures. Which in 2 days I do need to take my 6-week Booba photo. Hey, it's not 13 French per second. Thank you, Crow, for noticing. We've done the best we can to try to improve the stream. Take it away, Cyber. I have this fantasy. I have this cyber fantasy where I open up like that. Like sitting on the piano, like sitting on like a big grand piano, like American Songbook style. That's a cool idea. What are the chords to picture this? I gotta relearn those chords. They're not. That's the second half. I'm actually very impressed with my ability lately to remember the chords from some of these songs. I think that the sheer amount of streams that I've done has managed to at least drive these into my brain, and for that I'm grateful. Need to stop being lazy and rotate these skate wheels. Oh my god, is that a thing you have to do? I thought that was just for cars, but I guess anything with four wheels, right? Cyber Fantasy is like it's like DDR but an RPG. Okay. I'm trying to think of the picture this. Boop 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 boop. Right? I could be in the wrong key. That's the scary part. Oh wait, no. Picture this. Okay, I found it. Well, that was easy. Wow. I'm gonna come up with acoustic versions of these songs. What if you called it Plunder This? It says this about the title of the song. It would be a reference to the genre that it is, absolutely. Can you recreate the little lead synth on the high end? Little like that one? I don't know all the notes to it. Wait, beep. Oh, it actually really does just repeat the same, like at least for the beginning part. It's kind of interesting. Thanks, Cyber. One of the main reasons that I really like that song, by the way, and then I promise I'm going to move on and actually do the medley like I said I was going to an hour ago, is because there are a lot of times where I'll really like a song, as all of us have, musicians and non. I might have Indian food today. It's been several months. Musicians and non-musicians, we've liked songs before, and a lot of the songs that we like, a lot of the songs that I like, if I'm not going to project, actually don't have a lot going on as far as chord work. Like when I sit down at a piano, I really like to have like chord progressions that kind of go on for a while. Like I like to go all over the place with chords, but a lot of times when I sit down to write a good song, I try to limit myself to just making a very typical chord progression. Make a very typical chord progression, but then instead let your individuality in that songwriting process dance around that confined space. Like if I'm only having these chords, it's only 3 chords. I mean, at the end of the second run through, I do add this one, so 4 chords, but it's really not a lot, you know. And I'm like, how do I make that sound fun? Obviously, you guys were a huge contribution because in the majority of the intro and the hook, sonically, is your guys' voices, right? There's some cyber in there, there's some dar in there, there's some umbe in there, There's very decidedly Chibi Lucy in there. So it's like that's going on. Then on top of that, I've got the I've got that. I've got glockenspiels. I've got strings. I've got a lot of stuff going on that makes the song fun. That makes the song sound somewhat unique. But at the core, it's really just those four chords. Which, if I were actually making a song here on the piano as part of the morning medley, I would never let a song, just be those four chords. I'm running all over the place. At least melodically, right? This song that I have that I'm actually going to use now to start the medley has more complex chords and it's hard for me to play actually. Just in the way that it stretches my pinky for some of the chords. I mean, the reason is, have you been in the stream since I added vocals to that song? By any chance? Gucci I wouldn't count as a song that only has four chords because Gucci is technically a remix, All I did was take off the acapella that was there. Has since transcribed a level of funny, haha, look at this goofy thing, to crap an actual song. That is exactly what I'm saying. It is, thank you. I'm basically saying that now since there's lyrics, I want the title of the song to in some way reference the lyrics, And since I don't really, talk about plundering anybody. Oh, I should make a plunder phonic song about plundering something. A little pirate dance song, sorry. Crow says no. Crow's vote is in. I'll still think about it. You should release an album, my guy. Says Juba. Am I pronouncing that right? Or an EP. I appreciate you. Thank you for making it into the stream, by the way. I have not seen the second season, by the way, J Hinge. I've seen 2 episodes, I think, of the second season, but I haven't finished it. I just got really busy. But I am going to finish it before the end of this year, I'm thinking. right. That's the medley. I feel like the medley was really short today, but I'm happy with it. Um, Hope everybody's having a good time. Having a good time in the morning medley. I do want to go over a little bit of news. This isn't necessarily the end, but I still want to go over that the tomorrow is a production stream, guys. Tomorrow is a production stream. Tomorrow's a production stream. Those are the chords from the remix. So tomorrow I'm going to do a breakdown of the remix. I'm a little ways into the stream, probably an hour into the stream. Um, and I'm also going to be. So remember last Friday how I was like, oh, I'm going to record a lot of vocals for these tracks. I had like a weird. My voice like wasn't working. You know, that's why I hate voices. That's why I hate recording vocals. Like at least when I record like keyboards, like as long as like my fingies are working, which they usually are, like I can record it. And if I can't, I can just click in the notes if I really am feeling for particularly prone to MIDI at the moment. But for voices, you kind of just have to like, you gotta have it. Like I found that if I don't eat all day, it's hard to sing. So I had a really wild weekend where I didn't eat very much, and so was hard to sing. So I didn't end up recording a lot of the vocals that I wanted. I did record some last night, however, and the night before that. So there will be some stuff to mix around and play with, but I really want to get a second verse down for. I really want to get a second verse down for what's it called? For Picture This. I want to get a second verse down. I even did some vocals for Just Believing, and it is sounding. Also, I'm probably going to be changing Just Believing's title again, to reference the lyrics more because there is a little bit of lyrical stuff happening in there. But this is tentative. I might not also. At some point in the future, we will be able to plug MIDI straight into Brain. Yes. Plug it into my brain. Why? Sorry, why though? why would we want that? Because is it to create MIDI with our brain, or is it so that MIDI can go into my brain and then I can play piano? Like if somebody gives me the MIDI for it. What is the benefit to the MIDI brain cable? Lindsay has requested Cyber. Oh crap! Did I miss it? I probably missed a lot, honestly. Hold on. What was it? Did I miss it? Was it Trash Man? Was it not Trash Man? Oh, and also just in case Hamza's still here, Hamza said that they wanted an album or an EP. I'll put out an EP. I'm not gonna put out an album. No siree, no siree. So I have a lot of music. Yeah, we can talk about that in a second after I get through what Lindsay's request was. I feel like I haven't heard Liminality. Oh, word up, word up. I played it yesterday. I don't know if you were in the stream yesterday. Were you in it? Oh, there it is. Oh, because I played it in a weird sound yesterday. Don't check. Don't nobody check LA's air quality. I don't want to be bummed out, but it feels clean today. Speaking of songs we have named, how is Ginger Bell coming along? Wow, I do not remember that. I do not remember that. So how's it coming along? It's gone. It's gone from my brain. Was this an improv song or was this an FL Studio song? Was this from Monday through Thursday or was this from Friday? Because at least if it's from Friday, maybe I can find it. If it's from Monday through Thursday, hoo boy. Oh wait, Ginger Bell was this one, right? It's that one. I think. I could be completely wrong here. Lindsay says the thing that I improv yesterday. Oh, the weird thing? The weird thing that I forgot? I remember being like, maybe here? Found it. Um, Hello, Ram. Fur remains a great name for it. Haha, says Ram. Yes. Ah, there's snow on the mountains. I can see it. I can see it now. Hello, Jebly. Hello. Air quality index for LA is 78, moderate. Heck yeah, I can smell it. It feels moderate on my lungs. Cyber. The Life is Strange soundtrack. I almost forgot about it. Bee ba ba da, bee ba ba da. I just tagged you in Discord with a Life is Strange song that reminds me of this strongly, of the song you were playing. Thank you, Cyber. I hate that I always go here. We need a different chord, Omni. We need a different chord. Move it up. What does it sound like if you move it up? It sounds like this, which is just enough variation to make me happy. Okay, so instead of going, I can go, move it up on me, move it up. Sounds wrong? Sounds wrong? Sounds wrong? No, that's right. so sorry about the vocal accompaniment. It's just I need to do it. That's how I find chords. Sound good. Hold on. Oh, it actually works. Ooh, it's really hard to play, but I found it. That shrimp lo mein test sounds delicious. I'm joking. I don't like shrimp, but the lo mein part is very fun for me. Hey, what's up, Swishy the boy? Hey, we're both boys. I keep going the wrong chord. I hate hair. I hate hair on my face. I hate it. You know that, like, you know when you shave and then it comes back and there's like that 3 day, well, most people's facial hair grows faster than mine, I think. It like comes back and there's like that 3 to 4 day period where it just is, whoa, a Doraemon car. Whoa, that's impressive. I've never loved something that much, where it's just, it's my car. Like, I get a car wrapped in it. LA's weird. Anyways, oh, I forgot I changed sounds. Excuse me. Something I hate, something I don't hate, but the thing that does kind of bother me a little bit, and bothers me a little bit in like playing music is when you can hear the chord and you're doing this like that moment in time when you're trying to think of the next chord and you're just kind of like looking at your fingers and trying to think of spacing and stuff like that. I hate that. Minimizing that amount of time is what I take pleasure in. Trying to not do that as much. But that's how we grow, baby. Something on On the counter of that, something on the counter side of that is like when you can think about those songs, or let me not limit this just to music. When you can think about those things, those things that at one point you faced and you were just like, how on earth? How like how difficult is this? How on earth am I gonna do this? Like, it's just so weird. And then getting to a point to where you're just rattling it off, that's such a good feeling. It's true in music. I'm sure it's true in visual art as well. Lindsay's talking about drawful. It's also true in video games. I think that one of the most like we were talking about video games in Discord a while ago. What type of games we like, what type of games we don't like, and I think that one of the important takeaway comments, I can't remember whose it was, unfortunately. I apologize if you are here, um, but somebody said that they just want to play any game that is rewarding. Like, they want to feel like that feeling of improvement, that feeling of getting better. And I would argue that most games have that, although some games do a little bit better, maybe a better job at making it feel rewarding, making you feel the impact of like, wow, I have improved. Like presenting you with a task or a puzzle or a boss or an enemy or something like that at a certain point in the game, and then introducing it a bit later in the game and letting you see the comparison between how you handle them. I think that Sekiro did that for me, where there was just bosses that I would die over and over and over and over and over, like at least an hour, at the very least an hour put into a boss, just trying to get through it. And then going back and just being able to run through it like it's a dance, like it's clockwork. I love that. That feeling in DDR also. Like, I remember looking at, there was this man. We called him King, but I don't know what his actual name was. I know he worked at a movie theater, because I used to go into a movie theater and just chill in there and play DDR, because playing at the arcade was hard for somebody that was as bad at the game as I was. I didn't want to play in front of all the good kids, so I played at the movie theater, and there was a man that would go up on this DDR machine, and he was just dumb good. You know, he was one of those people that he's like turning in circles and stuff like that. He's like not even looking at the screen half the time. He's going into like the options on the game, and he's like setting it so that all of the speed of the arrows is like ×8, so it's like not even readable. He's doing all kinds of stuff. And I remember looking at him play some songs. There's a song in DDR called Bag, where if you don't speed it up, it's really hard to play because it's such a slow song that the arrows are like really jumbled together. And I would watch him play that and think to myself, how can you read that? He must have it memorized. He must have this song memorized. How can you read that? How can the human brain take in that many arrows and just know how to react? He must have played this song a million times before. And then I got better. And then I realized, oh, you don't necessarily need to memorize the songs. You just have to you build, skill in the game. And this also happened, in Sekiro. This has happened in quite a few other, games that I've played. And it happens all the time in music. A lot of times when I'm developing these songs on the early stages, the early stages of development, and you guys are in here, and I've come up with like 3 chords or something like that, and I'm trying to hit it right. Or maybe it was this song, like the song, like I'm transposing a song. This one. I was trying to transpose that one for a while to get here. But playing it up higher, up there, it was just like, it was like pulling hairs, like trying to make it so that the transitions between those chords were more natural and not so I had to think so hard before each transition. It took a lot of time. And now, I can rattle it off super, super fast, and it's more comfortable. Like, this doesn't feel like some altered version. This feels like the version of the song. And I think that this happens in a lot of my newer, improv stuff, like when I'm trying to come up with songs, but more so when I'm transposing songs, because this, is easy for me to play. But I have this chord a lot in a lot of my music. This chord is the beginning of Me Mine. It's also the beginning of Just Believing. It's also the first chord of Jumpin' Jaybird. I start a lot of chord progressions there. I also end a lot of chord progressions there. And so sometimes instead of trying to come up with a completely different or new idea, I'll just take the same chord progression and I'll just transpose it up or down. I'll just move it around the piano so that it's not so stale, you know. At least now I'm in a different key, so to say. And so for this one, that whole intro could service as like pre-chords to Just Believing. But when I move it up higher, it no longer can. Now it has to become a new song. Now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, well, that's a completely new chord. And I can build a song off of this chord. Anyways, hopefully that made any sense whatsoever. Medley says I haven't gotten to play games with you guys. Word. Rem says you play the piano version of Quick Breath whenever you want. Sorry if I asked this already. You did ask that already, Rem, but when I think about Quick Breath is a series of, I mean, I think you're talking about like the bridge, I think, of Quick Breath, and I haven't learned that. I haven't learned that again. Quick Breath was never something that I played in streams, and was instead just something that I recorded and released. So I would have to learn that song separately. So Rem, if you're ever in a production stream, please remind me in a production stream. Because in a production stream, I can actually pull up the songs, and it'll be a lot easier than me having to like tab in this stream and like open up Bandcamp and then try to like sonically match it and learn it by ear. But if you are in production streams, please remember to bring those things up while I'm actually in my little studio space. I think I said something about wanting to feel like I accomplished something, so that might have been me. It might have been you, Diz. It might have been you. I always thought if people who made arrows invisible were mad. Yeah, those people are something else, aren't they, Liana? Getting better is dope, says Umbe. I agree with this. Welcome back, Ajuba or Hamza. These chords are mesmerizing, man. Thank you. I like them. I like them as intro chords. I don't think that they work so much as, and I personally don't think they work so much as like a chord progression. It feels very like, it feels like this is all just a very fun, long, roundabout way to get to this chord. Just like starting here, I could go from here like, it's still the same two chords to here, but I'm adding so much weird flourishy stuff in between that it kind of feels like you're taking like this backdoor entrance or like going out on a wild detour to get to the same chord, and so I do like it for that reason. Can I get Booba Theme? I think Liana wasn't here maybe when I played Booba Theme earlier. You can absolutely get Booba Theme. Do you want it in piano or do you want it in the Booba Theme sound? Word up. I will see you tomorrow then, Rem. I will see you in the production stream tomorrow. It's windy today. The leaves are blowing. It's starting to look a lot like autumn. Starting to. Why do I always end up there? I've played this riff so many times and I always think I'll forget it because it feels random. Oh, it's here. Oh, 279, thanks for reminding me, Cyber. What if you named the Booba song Booba Shock? Whoa, shock! You are shock! Crap, what anime was that from? You are shock! Horrible intro theme. 279. I'm joking. I actually really like that song. It's second only to Head Chala. Chala, Head Chala. Fist of the North Star. Thanks, Cyber. You are shot. 279. I can do Boo Boo Theme in 279, Liana, if you're not picky. This is called Synth Bass 2, which I should have expected since yesterday's was called Synth Bass. Wait, hold on. Was it though? It wasn't. Yesterday's was Hammer. Why is this one called Synth Bass 2? Where was Synth Bass 1? I really like that sound. Because it makes me think of PBS. Like kid show stuff. We love them organs, says Juba. Do we? We did have some organs for a little while. We did have some organs. There's like 2 weeks of organs. Well, we're past the organs. Now we're just into, like, I do like that sound, though. I want to say that. I like what it does in the low. It has, like, a vocal quality. If Booba dies, I can't play this song anymore, by the way. Just wanna put that out there so it's not gonna be a shot. If I somehow kill Booba, I'm never playing this song again. Jebly says that the keyboard is glowing from the natural sunlight, and I love it. Same, Jebly. I do like it. Makes me feel like a superhero. The sounds like chocolat in the low notes. It's just because it's a 3-note bass. No, I hear what you're hearing. It's more than just 3-note bass. It is like, it does kind of have that. It does kind of sound like it. Nah, I hear it. I like that bit. I love that. Wow. I just get upset and new leaves are coming in everywhere. New leaves are coming in everywhere. I'm afraid. I'm scared because I think that I'm going to have to repot it, and that's scary to me. Taking a taking a plant out of its pot and putting it into a different pot sounds like I'm opening myself up to murder it. It's too much. There's too much time between pots, or I feel like I will kill it. So, anyways, yeah, there's new leaves, and then some of the old leaves have. Isn't that one of your Animal Crossing games? Isn't that one of you animal heads? Somebody was talking about that. New Leaf, New Horizons, or something. Anyways, some of the leaves have like that brown stuff around. Pisses me off. There's like a little the edges have a little brown. One of the leaves, it just refuses to be all green again. It refuses. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get it there again. Liana, what are you talking about? Open up Booba's eyes. I don't know the chords to that. Tired and true? Tired and true. Can you cut off the dead bits? I don't want to. I don't want to do that. That feels weird. But I'm not a plant person, so maybe that's not weird. Forewarning, I'm just asking. I don't know anything about plants. Oh, so we're in the same boat, me and you, Umbe. Booba's Theme and Melancholy of a Trash Man are the two songs that have been directly inspired by things in the apartment. Or I should say the bedroom specifically. I ate so much lettuce yesterday. Is there good stuff in lettuce? Because boy did I eat a lot of it. Don't kill plants unless you're going to eat them. Wow, that's such a good rule. Don't kill anything unless you're going to eat it. Stop killing things. Eat things you kill. Just eat things. Eat everything. That's such a good rule of thumb. Eat it. Don't be wasteful. Eat the whole buffalo. Have I ever killed anything and then not eaten it? Yeah, I guess roaches. You were allowed to kill roaches. We need not eat them. But plants, yeah. I'm so glad that plants aren't doing anything, that they're not trying to hurt me. Don't eat roaches. They get you sick. This says bugs are an exception. I refuse to kill spiders. I refuse to kill a spider. So that's a thing. But roaches are not spiders. I want to say I refuse to kill arachnids, but I have killed my fair share of scorpions in my day. I was young. I didn't know any better. I thought it was fun. I apologize to the scorpion population of Arizona. Eat them roaches, says Crow. Spiders eat other bugs. Indeed. I love spiders. Spiders are so great and so cool. And if I could have more of them in my house, if there was a way to lure spiders into a home, I would be doing that. I managed to not kill a baby daddy longleg in the shower today. That's impressive. People kill spiders, then be complaining that flies and mosquitoes a week later. See, Umbe? You gotta pay your protection money. It's hard. This one. That is so... I've never hit this chord in my entire life of piano. Not exaggerating, not joking. My fingers have never done that before. And My brain is rejecting the idea of that as a chord. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at the transition. Um, who that is? My baby mama. Aww. I used to be. I don't want to say that. Sometimes I keep jokes to myself. Sometimes we got it. The spider on my ceiling descended near me and just looked at it and said, "Honor our agreement to stay in sight." Yeah, stay out of sight. Sorry. I love spiders. I If all bugs operated the way spiders do, where they just kind of set up a home, they set up a home in clear view, but their homes are kind of pretty, right? Like a wasp nest looks weird. I don't know what a roach home looks like. I don't know if they have them. But like a spider web, like in a corner, it's just like, yeah, do your thing, buddy. I don't like how synonymous or indicative spider webs have become in culture, in modern culture, of like neglect. Like a derelict home will have a lot of spider webs, or a room that you haven't gone in a lot has a lot of spider webs. I don't like that. I kind of wish spider webs were just a thing. I wish we saw spider webs the same way we saw birds' nests and trees, where it's like, hey, the boy's just setting up shop, just trying to raise his young. Let him do the thing. Let him do the thing. Now, if spiders fed on me regularly, we'd have a different relationship. But they don't. You know, when I look at the spiders up there, I'm like, how often do they need to eat? You know what I mean? This isn't a spider stream, and also we're past 11 o'clock, but sometimes I look at the spider up there and I wonder truly how often do they need to eat, because I don't see them catching live bugs a lot. Are they eating bugs that are so small that I can't see them? Do they have a wild metabolism where they only have to eat once every 3-4 months? Do they even need food? Spiders and sharks get it bad. Add Rottweilers to that list, Umbe. Also add pit bulls. I love pit bulls. I get so mad whenever I talk about how much I love pit bulls, and somebody's like, I get it, but like pit bulls are dope. Pit bulls are good. Pit bulls are great. Sorry. Like if we're talking dogs, and I gotta get a dog, I'm going pit every day. I think I think pit bulls, however, because when I was young, being around them a lot, I think pit bulls have weirded me out on a lot of other dogs' behavior. I kind of expect what I consider dog behavior is pit bull behavior. Pit bulls are like my default of what I expect a dog to be like kind of always like playful. Even in their once they get up in age, you still play with them, and they're like kind of dope. They're like big babies. And I've definitely gone over to people's houses that have dogs that like don't act like pit bulls, and I think their dogs are broken. Pits are cool. I'm more of a corgi guy. Corgis are also cool. I don't have as much fun with them, but I mean, who needs to have fun with a dog? My first dog was a pit bull mix. Heck yeah, Liana. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Love to know it's existing out in the world somewhere. Roach homes. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna break down the Away With Me remix. Please listen to it, guys. I've given you 9 days. Please listen to it. It's really only been 8, but anyways, please listen to it. I will be breaking it down tomorrow on the stream. I will also be working on some established songs on the stream and starting one new song The reason I'm starting a new song in the stream is not necessarily because I think it's time for that, but more so because I know exactly what the song's going to be doing. At least I know the chord progression generally, and I know what the drum work is going to be. So I feel comfortable starting this new song on the stream because I feel like it's going to be very streamlined. Also, as far as other news, I do have some music out. Signals, Tall Tales, House of Omni, Nice Dream, Love Dream, Speed Dream, Daydream, Lust Dream, Ego Death, and Quick Breath are all available on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, MP3, Tidal, Group, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube, which also has my Quarantunes playlist, which is a bunch of original songs plus music videos that I shot in my room. I like that there is like 2 different versions of the end spiel. Sometimes I'll go over actually what each individual release is, what type of music it is, and all that stuff, and sometimes I just list them. It's like when you're looking at Sentai. Sometimes they do the whole, like, they show the cinematic of the robot coming together, and then, like, charging up the sword, but sometimes when the runtime has just gone a little bit too long, because they had a lot of drama in the first half of the show, it's just, like, the Zord just lands, and then, like, one-shots the boss, and it's, that's always fun. But yeah, that's it, I think, as far as news. I thought there was something else, but I think there technically is something else, but I'll talk about it tomorrow, maybe. I'll talk about it tomorrow in tomorrow's news. Cyber says I'm going to listen to it in the stream, but I warn you now that I have a PS5 mostly set up. I'm very likely going to be playing Cyberpunk for most of the day. Word up, Cyber. No worries. I mean, if I had a PlayStation 5, I wouldn't be streaming, maybe. I cancel the stream. No more Omni Boy morning medleys. Got me a fancy new console. I will be probably taking a break, though. All jokes aside, I will be taking a break between 300 and 301. There will be a break. I'm saying it. I'm going to start saying it in every stream now, because I don't want, you know, the Monday after 300 to come and somebody go, "Ooh, where's Omni? Where are you, buddy?" Yeah, I will be taking a break after Morning Medley at 300, and I will come back strong for 301, and to begin the 3rd season of Morning Medley. But to Cyber, I do hope that you enjoy Cyberpunk. My whole feed is Cyberpunk. Everybody's Cyberpunk, 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 Cyberpunk. I just edited my penis in Cyberpunk. I've gotten a lot of that. A lot of my feed is penis customization, so that's pretty sick. I do hope you enjoy it. I'll probably play it sometime next year. Leon says winter break. I'm surprised it's taken this long for you to release something with Tom. Honestly, same, I guess. I don't count this, though, Leanna. This is just a remix, but I see what you're saying. It would be cool to actually have a song with Tom, but I still don't know it. Like, that's one of those things where I feel like if it was going to happen, it would have already happened. But I've been wrong before. That song feels good, y'all. There were so many times in the stream during the summer where I would have to close my blinds because the sun coming in was like literally painful. But now it feels good. It's a sunspot. All right. It's Thursday. Work all day. Work all day. Sleep never. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. At 9 a.m. Again, the production stream is going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Hopefully the internet doesn't like poop on us. But if it does, I'll start up another one. That's what happens, right? We'll have two. We'll have 280.1, 280.2 if that happens. But I want to thank everybody for being respectful to me and polite to one another. I will be in the Discord because, again, I'm going to be on my computer pretty much all day today. I hope to see you guys in there. Maybe I'll have something important to talk about. But until then, please enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Stay out of trouble. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Morning Medley number 280. Whoa, what was that? What was that? I don't like that. That was weird. I didn't like that. Anyways, hobble everybody.